Hey guys, so amazing to have you back. I'm Dave, and this is Strength Through Weakness. Thanks for joining me. This week I want to talk a little bit about self-talk and the power of words. Psychologists have known for a very long time the power of the things that we say. In fact, the things that we say, they can tend to become like a fulfilled prophecy. That as we speak about ourselves, whether it's in a positive or negative way, that will tend to be what we follow. That will tend to be what we live out, what we act out, who we become. And so, how does this then apply to the biblical sense? What does this mean to a Christian? Well, we're going to quickly look at just the Bible's input on words and the power of them. And I want to start with this verse in Proverbs 18 verse 21. It says, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Now, this is a powerful verse to tell you that the tongue has the power of life and death. Now, we know that the tongue is very powerful. James talks about it. Jesus talks about it. This is a widely talked about topic, but we usually think about, with good measure, what it means when we talk about other people, or how we control our voice and use our tongue to bless and not curse other people. But what we forget to mention and we forget to think about is that this same thing applies to ourselves. That as we speak about ourselves, as we do these things, whether they're verbal or not verbal, as we voice how we feel about ourselves or how we think others feel about ourselves or whatever it is, that when we speak negatively, that we have a tendency to follow that path. But on the flip side of that, we speak positively and we have a tendency to follow that path. And so what I want to encourage you today is to purposefully take hold of your words about yourself, to recognize, what am I saying? What does my self-speech look like? Does it line up with what God says about me? If your self-speech is that you're useless, you're lazy, you're incapable, I don't know, on and on and on. If that's what you say about yourself, which I know this is something that I struggle with, and I know from talking to many other people, it's something that they struggle with, that this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, that you're gonna struggle in that area more and more the more that you speak these things yourself. But on the flip side, we can make a difference. We can make a change. And so I want to encourage you to take a look at Philippians 4 verse 8. And this is the idea behind this. And this is such an amazing verse. I love this verse. It says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." So when you're thinking about yourself in a negative way, it doesn't line up with this verse. But when you think about yourself in the way that God thinks about you, what is true and noble and right, then you're lining up with this scripture, and God will bless you for it, and your life will show positive change. So what does this look like? Well, honestly, one of the things you have to do, because it's purposeful, is you have to set out, if you struggle with negative self-talk, you have to begin to override that with positive self-talk. So you need to set yourself up. I recommend setting yourself up in front of the mirror with no one else around, because you might feel a little bit funny doing this at first. But if you can't do it in front of a mirror, just do it in an open room and verbally speak out things such as, I am chosen. I am loved by God. I am accepted. And go on from there. What particular thing has God given you? For me, I haven't been a very graceful person, so I've begun to try to pray for grace. As I've seen that grace build in me, then I can begin to seek out that I am a graceful person. I am becoming a graceful person. Whatever that truth is, speak that out. Speak on the positive and not the negative. And I guarantee that it will affect you in a great and amazing way. So that's it for this week. Signing out. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you can do to help the channel. And I'll see you next week. I'm out.